Hello everyone, my name is Alexia, the granddaughter of Aria. On behalf of our family, I would like to begin by thanking everyone that is here today to honor my grandma. I would also like to thank everyone for their sympathy and kindness. They have been comforting during this difficult time. My grandma battled cancer since 2011. On May 7th this year, she was hospitalized and came back home on May 10, but she was put under hospice in home comfort care. She recently lost her battle to cancer, but she remained the bravest and strongest person I know all the way through. Despite all the hardships she went through, she always got back up and continuously cared for me and my brothers and made sure we were taken care of. She had countless of doctor's appointments every week. You can name all the specialists she had: oncologist, nephrologist, urologist, podiatrist, dermatologist. She took many medications every day for her illnesses. She was hospitalized endlessly, yet there were many times that she just came back from the hospital and she was up and walking and cooking like nothing happened. I had the privilege of living with my grandma my entire life. My grandma loved and cared for us like no other. She was like another parent to me. While my parents were working, my grandma took care of me and my two little brothers, Marcus and Lucas. My grandma was someone I could always turn to in times of trouble. Whenever I felt lost and in need of help, she always gave me the best advice and guided me on the right path. She was one of my best friends who I could tell stories about school and friends too. My grandma loved to watch Filipino TV shows, and that's how me and her bonded as I grew up, which eventually led to me being able to understand Tagalog. When me, Marcos, or Lucas got in trouble by our parents, my grandma was always on our side and would always defend us. When we were hurt or sick, she always knew the best way to treat and comfort us. She's the reason we learned about the wonders of katingko and pigs. She also loved spoiling us. My brothers are picky eaters, especially Marcus. Whenever my parents said to eat what we had, but my brothers didn't like what we had, my grandma would make them whatever they would like. There were even times when Marcus couldn't finish his food, so whenever my parents had their backs turned, he would give his food to my grandma. At some point, she couldn't even swallow the food because she was so full. My grandma even had her own stash of candy just for us whenever we wanted it, because we were only allowed to eat a limited amount of candy when we were little. My grandma was also my #1 fan, maybe even surpassing my mom. She never missed any of my events. One time, my grandma had injured her leg and she had to use a cane to walk. She had fallen off a curb because of me when I wanted to get Jamba Juice at my school, and I kept trying to drag her to it. Despite her injury and inability to walk normally, she still gladly went to my grandparents' day. Whenever I brought home an award, no matter how small the achievement was, my grandma was always so proud of me, and she always said I deserved a reward. The last time me and my grandma were able to talk normally was the day I got my driver's license on June 20th, and it was a huge achievement for me. I was so excited to tell her, and even though she was really sick and weak, she managed to say, "Congratulations, I'm so proud of you, good job." My mom told me that when I left the room, my grandma had told her I knew she could do it. She always believed in me and that I could accomplish anything and whatever I set my mind to. My grandma made a promise to me that she'd be there at my high school graduation. We even talked about college and med school graduation, but she was already unsure about those. But for my high school graduation, she promised me. I am going to be entering my 3rd year of high school, and she's not here anymore. I wanted to tell her that she made that promise to me, but I knew she was tired, and I didn't want her to continue suffering. She's not physically going to be there at my graduation, but I know she's going to be there in spirit. She wouldn't miss an event like that. She never missed any of my events. Nana, there isn't a day that has gone by when I don't think about you. I wish I was with you when you took your last breath. I miss seeing you every morning. You were always the first person I'd greet good morning to. I miss you so much. My heart aches so much, but I know you're so much happier now and you're not in pain anymore. Even though you're in heaven, I will continuously talk to you, just like I did when you were here. Please continue to guide us to the right path and look after us in heaven like you did when you were physically here. Thank you for everything. I love you endlessly, my guardian angel. Rest easy, Nana.
Hello everyone. I'm Sheila De Leon, the youngest daughter of Aurea. Looking at this difficult time, I'm a bit short of words, trying to control my emotions, so please bear with me. On behalf of my sisters and brother, I would like to say thank you all for coming today to say farewell to my mother. We greatly appreciate all the outpouring calls, text messages, sympathy letters, and flowers. A special thanks to Yvette and her crew for making this service beautiful. Thank you, Yvette, for answering our thousands of questions. We greatly appreciate your professionalism. Thank you, Kuya Marvin and the team. Thank you for the prayers and the songs. We greatly appreciate you coming to my mom to pray for her. My mom, it's kind of redundant of what my daughter started because I really wasn't sure if I'm going to be able to come up here. My mom, and also I want to focus on her journey with cancer so I can continue with my eulogy. My mom fought hard for 11 years before finally losing her battle with cancer. She was first diagnosed with gastrointestinal or GIST cancer in 2011. GIST cancer recurred in 2015 with breast cancer, and then again in 2019 with liver cancer. In November 2021, when the cancer became more aggressive, her oncologist tried the last treatment with the strongest chemo pill. Since then, we noticed a decline in her health. She started losing her hair, her weight, and her appetite. It was the night before Mother's Day, May 7, when we brought her to emergency room due to abnormal vital signs and disorientation. Little did we know that it was her last ER visit. Next day, May 8, Mother's Day, was when we received the saddest news. Mom's cancer had spread. Mom's specialists discussed that she could stay at the hospital to continue her IV for her infection, diabetes, and high blood pressure, and be treated under comfort care. Mom decided right at that moment to leave the hospital and just be comfortable at home. She came back home on May 10 under hospice in-home care. During her last couple of weeks, she proved to me that she was the bravest woman I had ever known. I saw how she was still fighting. There were times when she still insisted on using the bathroom, even though she was so weak to get up. She forced herself to eat and drink, but ended up vomiting because her digestive system was shutting down. There were countless times she got frustrated because she said she could no longer fight her worsening condition. She kept fighting until her last breath. But after she left us, her mouth relaxed into a gentle smile. She looked so peaceful, so pain-free. We wish that so much of her life had not been lost to her illness, that things could have been different for her and for us. We face it with comforting assurance that not only is she no longer suffering, but she is walking in heaven with Jesus and with all her loved ones who have gone before her. Mommy, it's been 16 days since you left us. I truly miss you. When I wake up, it's you who's my first thing in my mind. I'm trying to think if you showed up in my dreams. During the day, there are infinite reminders of you. And then when I go to sleep, you are the last thing on my mind. And again, I'm praying that you would show up in my dreams. I'm carrying on now that you are free of pain. I love you so much, Mommy, and you will live forever in my heart.